Are you gonna be? Say that you're gonna be. Yeah. Are you gonna be in love with me?
Spend a realistic day in my womb-led life. Menstrual phase edition, okay? I did not feel the hottest this day, but we still had shit to do, so we're gonna get it done. I start my risings off nice, slow, womb check-in, body check-in, deep breaths, literally giving myself a chance to anchor myself into my day, my life of ease, my flow. So after I get up, I am literally taking my deep breaths. I got one hand on my heart, one hand on my womb, saying my affirmations, showing gratitude to God for another day because it's a beautiful day. You got to claim that. You got to claim your abundance, your peace, your prosperity. Set those intentions. So y'all going to see two different journals. This first journal is the journal I write my downloads in, my dreams and everything. And I feel like a lot of people that say I don't remember my dreams and this that I don't dream. You do dream. Everyone dreams, okay? Not everyone may have vivid dreams or lucid dreams, but we all dream. You just don't give yourself a chance to remember them because as soon as you wake up, you're trying to get up and run out the door. Run out the door. But you got to slow down. You got to slow down, okay? The second journal you're going to see me pick up is my morning pages journal. I've been doing morning pages for about a year too. And what that is 3 pages every rising. You get to write what you want to write. It's just to get everything out and onto the pages so you can give yourself a chance to have the best day there is. Some days I just write affirmations. I'm not going to lie. Some days I just write letters to God. Other days I'm writing out what I want to do for the day. Other days I'm explaining, how much I enjoyed the day before, but it's really no pressure. It's meant for you to just write what you want to write. And I started these when I was doing the artist's way, and I continue to do them because honestly, they have made a difference in my life. Like on top of the journaling I already do, morning pages definitely contribute to my ease and my flow as well. My name is Sistasoull with 2 L's, the cosmic euphoric goddess, and those 2 L's stands for lessons and love, all right? I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog just as much as I enjoyed recording it and making it. Even though my energy wasn't the highest, I still enjoyed recording this because it's even on days like this, you still got to show up. But you show up in the ways that you can show up, and you guys are going to see that. Living a womb-led life has shifted everything for me. Like I literally feel like it essentially catapulted me. Catapulted. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I feel like it launched me into the life of my dreams. I'm being way more intentional with how I move. I'm following the flow of my body, my womb, instead of those systems that they taught us to be on. You know, when they say it's a man's world, they don't mean like the men run the world. They literally mean the systems that were created for us that we've been running on in America is literally shaped for men. Women aren't supposed to be on these 24-hour cycles. We have 4 womb phases: menstrual, follicular, ovulatory, and your luteal phase. Each phase has a different amount of energy, productivity, creativity, all that stuff plays a part. And that's why you feel these waves, different waves of energy. Certain weeks you feel so hyper and you're ready to go out and conquer the world. And then another week, you damn near don't want to talk to nobody. You want to go into isolation. And they've taught us that is something wrong. Oh, women are so emotional. First of all, let's get this straight. Emotions, you're supposed to have those, okay? It's nothing wrong with being emotional. You just have to learn emotional intelligence. They have bullied us into thinking that having emotions is essentially wrong. They want you to be so hard, but to be soft in a world that wants you to be hard and mean and all the ways on the grind, you are literally rebelling against that when you choose when you choose to live a life that is for you rather than the one they told you can have. And me living a womb-led life is how I rebel. That is how I called my power back. That is how I launched myself into the life of my dreams. All right. And I'm a veteran. I'm a veteran. So I know how it is to get up on the hop. I used to get up at 3:30 in the morning just to get on base because the traffic was so bad. And I'll sit in my car until it's time for me to go on the ship. I know how it feels to just get up. I know how it feels to have drills. I know how it feels to be 2 a.m. in the morning and you got a man overboard. So you got to wake up out of your bed and put on clothes just to get out the door. I know how that feels, but that's not a life that I had to continue to live. And that's the difference. When you start making the decisions that you know, y'all, I really, I thought I ate with that transition. My bad. But wait, what was I saying? Hold on. Yeah, like I was saying, you have to be the one to implement those changes into your life that matches the life of your dreams. You get what I'm saying? When I seen the life of my dreams, that didn't look like me getting up every day fulfilling somebody else's dream. That didn't look like me getting up, not giving myself a chance to move at my own flow. It didn't look like anything that I had seen before. However, I knew I could trust the feeling. So when I see my vision, I'm like, okay, how do I get there? And that's where creating those habits come in. That's where me really anchoring into my womb led life came in, because I'm just like, I'm saying that I'm going to do this and that. I'm going to liberate people. I'm going to help women and, be an advocate for, neurodivergence and mental health and the inner child. But what am I doing right now that aligns with that? How am I getting there? Because you see, we have these big visions, especially me being a Sagittarius. Like I'm a visionary, essentially I'm a visionary. And it's not just to put it on the sign itself, but if you know, like, come on, let's be real. Let's not act like astrology doesn't play a part. We're not doing that on this channel. And if you're one of those people, I'm going to let you know that now. I'm going to bring up everything that I use in my life because that's my truth. Okay. All of it contributes to the woman I am becoming and the woman that I am. All right. Okay. But anyway, when I see these big visions, I used to get so overwhelmed because I'm just like, bro, how am I supposed to get there? Like, looking at my life now, nothing in my life now looks like where I'm going. And that's where it clicked. I'm like, okay, what can I do? When I'm making these vision boards, what can I do? How do I get there? Okay, I'm putting these gym pictures up with these nice bodies, but am I working out? I'm putting these yoga pictures up, but am I doing yoga? I'm putting these videos up with financial freedom, but am I gaining any financial literacy? Am I learning how to budget? I literally started so small. As a collective, we've been taught that, oh, if you don't see it happen, no, we want these microwavable behind changes. Like, how you want to bake a 3-layer cake, but you don't want to wait, you don't want to take the time to make it. And that's what it is when it comes to life. Like, you can't say you want all of these things, or you deserve these grandiose things, but you're not willing to be intentional about getting it. You're not willing to enjoy the journey that it takes to acquire this stuff. And that's a really big problem, because we think that everything is supposed to just come so fast, come so fast, come so fast. But when you're building a foundation for the life of your dreams, not everything is going to come fast. You know how long it took me to get here? To other people, them seeing my weight loss journey and seeing how far I've come, to them, it's just like it happened so fast. When all reality, I've been putting in work. I started putting in the work years ago. It's just now I've learned that, okay, there is no way that this is supposed to look. No matter what my vision board say as well, there is no way that this is supposed to look. I can see the vision, but that does not mean I control how it plays out. That doesn't mean I control the journey. It's just like watching That's So Raven. Every time she got a vision, she tried to control it instead of letting it play out. She tried to intervene in her own vision, and somehow she always ended up messing things up. And it wasn't intentional. Her intentions wasn't to mess things up. Her intentions were to smooth things out, to help whatever was going to play out. But that's not how life works. You have to allow God to be God, and you have to allow yourself to be a co-creator with God. And your habits is what is going to change your life. which is why I chose to surrender to my womb and live a womb-led life. Another thing too, like, just because you have routines and system doesn't mean it's going to look the same every day. Like for me, things can't look the same for me every day. I don't like rigid schedules. I really don't. Like, I'm being so real with myself. Like, I had to be real with myself. Like, girl, I don't like feeling like I'm living on this tight schedule. Like, it's suffocating. Like, I don't like that. Let me pause real quick. This is my ACV lemon and Himalayan salt water. I drink it every day, followed by a cup of tea. Even when it's my active recovery days, because today is Wednesday and it is my active recovery day, which aligned perfectly for me to record this day, because you guys don't always got to see the days where I'm going at 1,010. You guys can see the calmer days, the chiller days, because not every day looks the same, which is what I was about to say. Every day don't look the same just because I have these rituals and routine. I really listen to my body. I have to listen to my body, because at the end of the day, my body is my first altar. My body is my temple, and I honor her. Just like I'm stretching right now, like I started cramping. I paused what I was doing and I'm like, okay, let me move these hips. Let me stretch these hips. Because if I am saying I live a life of ease, I live a life of freedom, I live a life of liberation, why am I pushing myself through my pain when I can pause, when I can breathe, when I can woosah, even if it's for 5 seconds, even if it's for 3 to 4 breath cycles? But this is my world. Like, this is really my world. And that is what is so important to that is what is so important to share, because I feel like we only get to see certain parts in people's life where it looks so perfect and polished. And I know for me, that's essentially when I first started creating content, that's what used to overwhelm me. I thought it was supposed to look the same a certain way. I thought it was supposed to be all perfect and polished, but I don't live a perfectly polished life. And you guys need to see that. Like, you guys need to see that. This isn't always things aren't always going to go the way you planned them to go, but they'll always work out in your highest good. And I genuinely believe that. Now, the Manuka honey I take for my allergies. I am holistic. Um, I'm getting deeper on my journey. I haven't taken medicine in over 2 years, y'all. Everything has been natural, and I've took my deep dive into herbalism. So I make teas and all types of things that help me with things that used to essentially get suppressed by medication. Instead, with herbalism, I am healing those parts. It's not to say that I don't still have allergies or I don't still cramp and things like that, but when I do, I allow my body to feel it. I don't get upset. I honor it. Just like now, I'm cramping. I took some deep breaths. I placed my hand on my womb. What does my womb need right now? What is my body trying to tell me? Just be more graceful with yourself. Like, it's so important to give yourself so much grace, especially in the times right now. Like, as an empath and things heavily weighing on my heart that is going on in the collective with the world and everything, like, it's so important for me to give myself grace, because I feel everything. I feel everything, especially being neurodivergent. And I know a lot of people don't know what neurodivergence is. So I'm going to put it on the screen without getting too deep into it. If anything, I'll make a different video on that if you guys would like. But yeah, being more graceful with yourself is so important. Okay. Now we're about to go to the grocery store. I did not do a big grocery haul, but I did one essentially enough. I got enough stuff for what I needed. What am I trying to say? Oh my goodness. Essentially what I'm saying, y'all, I got everything I needed. Okay. I didn't go crazy. Usually how I go, because it is the first of the month. I didn't get everything. Like I said, I'm on my cycle. I wasn't trying to do all that extra stuff. I just needed enough to get me through the rest of the week and start off my next week, because it is Wednesday. I usually go grocery shopping on Sunday or either Monday, or I order groceries. But like I said, your girl needed to wait till she got some energy. Now, this is one of my favorite herbal stores that I go to. That's my homeboy over there. He's also a Sagittarius. But yeah, I go to a herbal store in Little Five Points here in Atlanta called Savanada. I hope I'm saying that right. But if not, I said it with all my heart. I said it with all my achy breaky heart. I sure did. But I'm re-upping on my herbs, and I also went to the grocery store. We had a whole little day. Okay, we had a whole little day. We did what we wanted to do. He's an actor himself. He's a full-time creative, so he has a free schedule as well. So it's pretty cool to be surrounded by, friends that are aligned with the same things you're doing. Now, it's so funny because he had never been in here. So y'all, he was walking around touching and looking at everything. And I really appreciated him, being submerged in the experience because he lived a different path than I do, but somehow we still click. Somehow we still are able to, be friends. And that's what life is about. Like, literally, life is literally about being able to orbit with people even when their path looks different, having those similarities but also being so different from each other, and not feeling pressured to change who you are or not trying to change them to match, how your life look. That's not what life's about. So yeah, I also want to let y'all know this video is not scripted. I am literally just channeling. I'm just allowing what comes to my heart to come out and talk to you guys. Like, just be genuine and authentic and raw, because that's what's important to me. Like, I want to make genuine connections. I'm not on these apps, these social media apps, trying to trying to wear a mask and show y'all something other than who I truly am, because that's draining. Okay, that is draining. And I feel like that's why my path has been my path. I have been creating for so long, but I also haven't really allowed myself to take a deep dive into things because I was always trying to make things look a certain way based on the things other people were telling me and the advice I was getting from other creatives. And I realized just because they are giving that advice doesn't mean everything is going to resonate, doesn't mean change everything you're doing, but take the pieces that you feel could help you, advance in your lane while also keeping the things that already work for you. Like, you don't have to go and change everything about what you're doing just because it's working for somebody else. Like, your path is really your path. And living a womb-led life also is something that I feel has allowed me to stay in my lane. Like, I don't need to be doing what everybody else is doing. I don't got to look the way everybody else look. I can just be myself, because that is the whole point of me being here. That is the whole point of our existence, for us to be who we are authentically. But you first have to figure out who you are. Who are you? Without all the labels, without being somebody's daughter, sister, brother, mentor. Who are you? You know what I mean? Like, and me being able to fall in love with who I am has opened so many different doors for me. And what I mean by that, I mean like spiritually, like the way I've been able to connect with myself has been so beautiful that I have to share it. I have to share it because I can't be the only one that feel this. And I know there's other women that are probably looking for like easier ways to live life, that are looking for ways to reconnect with themselves, or essentially just know they deserve to have all their desires, but they're just trying to figure out, damn, how do I get there? How do I get there? And that's why I feel like it's so important for me to share my journey, because I don't look like, you wouldn't be able to tell that I'm a veteran the way I move now, the way I'm moving slower, the way I'm more intentional, you know? And that's because I took my power back. And it's time for other women to take their power back too. Even if you waking up and going to your 9 to 5, you still need to take your power back. And we have to allow ourselves to do that. We have to allow ourselves to be receptive to a life of ease. It's one thing to say you want it, but if you're not open to it, you're not receptive, and you're not allowing things in and allowing things to come in with ease, You're not going to get it. I remember when I first started cycle syncing, it felt like it was going to be impossible. Like I was in school, I was in medical assisting school. Um, from 8, I was in class from 8 to 3:30 or 4 o'clock, something like that. I don't really remember. I'm not gonna lie. See, just on autopilot, y'all. I don't even remember the class. Like, anywho, I was in school full time, and then I was getting out of school, doing hair, doing everything under the sun, working out, Instacart and DoorDash, hustling, 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 hustling. And I'm just like, bro, how am I supposed to live a womb led life? How am I supposed to cycle sync? And I'm doing all of this. And then I realized, duh, I'm choosing to do all of this stuff. Take some stuff off your plate, ask for help. And I was in a relationship at the time. So it was just like, I don't even have to be doing all of this stuff. But it felt like I did, because where other people fell short, I didn't feel the need to keep asking anybody for anything. Like, if I ask you once or twice and you fall short, baby, I got it. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. And that's when I learned, like, okay, that's not what we're doing. When we're running a business, that is not the mindset we have. You get what I'm saying? As a boss, that's not the mindset we have. We got to get better at delegating. We have to be better at voicing our needs. And once we get better at that, if people are still not showing up for us, we let their ass go. Just that easy. Like, you got to learn to let people go. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't know if I can cuss on here, because I see some creators that cuss. I see some creatives that bleep it out. But until I figure that out, I'm gonna speak freely. Okay, I'm gonna speak freely. But anywho, when I realized, like, okay, I am speaking up. However, I'm not following through when I speak up. So when I ask somebody to do something for me, instead of me asking them, "Hey, did this get done?" or checking in with them, if I didn't see it get done, I'm automatically trying to do it myself. When in reality, that's not how teamwork goes. That's not how delegating things go. You get what I'm saying? I started that bad habit growing up. I watched it happen. That was something that I had to release the thought and the feeling that I had to be the one to do everything, because I had to have it done my way. I don't even really care how shit get done, long as it get done. Like, if I'm being honest, I don't care. In the military, I cared, because there was things that had to literally be done a certain way. We have all these different guidelines, and we literally have instructions for stuff. So I really had to, like, just unwire my brain from the military mentality, unwire my brain from letting my inner child be in control from the wounded, from all the wounds she had. And what came with that was me doing things like this. A random Wednesday, I'm taking me a bubble bath. Most people don't take bubble baths until the weekend. But me, I'm like, I need me a nap. I need me a bubble bath. I need to cater to my body. Now, I know some women gonna be like, ugh, you take a bubble bath on your cycle? First of all, get out your head that your menstrual blood is dirty. Why would anything that is coming from you be dirty? Like, we really got to uncondition our minds from the way they taught us to think. Your menstrual blood is not dirty. And 2, you stop bleeding when you get in water. 3, a bubble bath is probably one of the best self-care things you can do on your cycle, because you're allowing your body to relax, especially your womb. That warm water, it's like a hug to your body. It's like a big gracious hug to your body. And I'm going to continue to do it. I'm not saying you got to start doing it, but I am telling you, you need to build a better relationship with who you are as a woman. You need to build, and yes, I'm going to say need. I am. I usually don't say need, should, could, would, none of those words, but I'm telling you this now. If you want to live a life of ease, the life you deserve, you need to build a better relationship with who you are as a woman. You see what I'm doing right now? I'm journaling. I'm literally journaling, setting my intentions for April. I am writing my own story. I am the author in my journey. I am the co-creator of my journey. The only other person that has control in my life, not even person, God is everything. Source, spirit, the divine is everything. And what I'm saying is nobody gets to come in your life and tell you how you get to live your life. I can even tell you when I was in the military, of course I couldn't do everything I wanted to do. But a lot of y'all not in the military, okay? And right here, I wrote myself a letter. I wrote myself a letter in March, at the beginning of March, to open on April 1st. And I love doing this for myself. These are little things you can do for yourself just to show love. We are always overthinking what self-love is supposed to look like. Self-love don't got to look like spa days and solo vacations and manis and petties and all that stuff. While essentially that is important, that's not where it starts, okay? Everything starts within you. Your self-love, that starts within you. That devotion, that starts within you. These aren't necessarily things that have to look a certain way. Focus on the feeling. Okay? When I read my letters, I'm so nosy. When I read my letters, I love how that feel. I love the fact that I took the time to write myself a letter. How can I say, "Oh, I want a partner to write me love letters?" And I'm not even writing me love letters. So, I realized I needed to set the standard in my life, and that came with everything. Now, setting the standard in my life and raising the bar in my life didn't leave much room for other people to come in, or no, it didn't leave any room for people to come in and treat me any kind of way, because I had now started to be everything for myself, and not in an unhealthy, hyper independent way, but more so in a way that I know if I'm already doing this for myself, why would I allow somebody else to come in my life and not uphold what I already do for me? Why would I allow somebody in my life that come and take away what I do for me? When you are more intentional with yourself, when you are the one who set the tone for yourself, no one can just come in your life and do whatever they want to do. No one can just come in your life and mess things up. You got to give that power away. Okay? And that's what I love about living a womb led life, because on those days where I am like, no, I don't want to do this, I'm not feeling this, I already have days set where I'm not on social media. So if somebody send me something, I'm letting them know, hey, this is my social media free day. I'm not on social media. If I'm fasting and somebody offered me to go out, I'm saying no. You want to know why? Because the relationship and the routines I build with myself are way more important of me having FOMO, which is the fear of missing out. I'm not missing out on anything. Everything is always going to find me. Now, there are days when I know, okay, maybe I can be I can compromise, but I'm not compromising when it comes to my wellness. If I know I'm going to the gym every day and somebody has me out, I want to go do something, somebody invited me somewhere, and I know I haven't been to the gym yet, I'm going to the gym first. I'm not rushing my gym, none of that. If I know that, oh, I need to record my podcast and it's the same day that somebody wants to go somewhere, I'm letting them know, hey, I got to record my podcast first, so I'll meet you, or let me know if it's okay if I come later. But I'm communicating my needs now, because nobody is going to read my mind. And y'all, shout out to your girl for completing her first month of body recomp. Yeah. We finished body recomp week one, month one. And I'm so excited to get into month two, as we already are. April is month two of body recomp. It's so exciting. Like, oh my goodness, I feel the difference in my body. And doing body recomp um in March, I was pescatarian, so I didn't eat meat. So I was challenged to hit my protein mark. But it was a nice challenge. It was very fun. It allowed me to be creative with what I was eating, and how much I was consuming. Cause that's another thing. I don't know why people think when you working out or when you losing weight or you're on a wellness journey, you supposed to starve. Baby, That's the opposite. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I be struggling to get all my food in because I be like, damn, I gotta eat some more. Like, you're not supposed to eat less. Your body needs fuel. Your body needs those carbs, that protein, that fiber, that potassium, the omega-3. You need all the nutrients you can get. So to any women that are watching this now, or men, they or thems, whoever is watching, do not starve yourself when you are working out. Do not starve yourself as you are losing weight. Just eat smarter, okay? Eat smarter. And if you haven't already downloaded my free introduction to womb wellness, which is called Remembering the Womb, it is free. Please download that. I will be taking that down pretty soon. I've been offering it for a while. Well, not really a while, but I've been offering it long enough for those who have been viewing my, my videos and stuff like that on all my platforms. If you have, you have it. If you don't, you don't. I do have other things coming up that I don't want to announce just yet, but just be on the lookout, okay? There'll be a lot more things we do together, and I'm excited. I'm excited to be a vessel of God. I'm excited to do everything that I said I was doing. Look at me right now, editing my video to be released, which I am now releasing videos every Thursday. Um, Between 7 and 8. I know sometimes you can schedule a YouTube video, but that don't mean it's gonna post on time. So I'm gonna just say every Thursday between 7 and 8, you guys can look forward to a vlog, a video, whatever the case may be. I am showing up, regardless if the video is 10 minutes or an hour. I will be showing up, and I will make sure when I'm showing up, I'm doing it out of love and not out of force. Living a womb-led life as a multifaceted creative is also a cheat code. I don't care what nobody say. It is a cheat code for sure, because I am so multifaceted. I have felt pressured to choose one lane and stay in one lane when it comes to art. But I'm here to tell you, you can find ways to bridge everything together. So for this specific day, as you know, I'm on my menstrual cycle. So as far as when it came to creativity, I focused on content, but throughout my other days, which I'm going to do, I have a creative vlog actually going to be coming out this month that I've been working on. I ain't going to lie, it's been a little minute. I've been working on this vlog simply because, like I said, I was trying to make my page look a certain way when it does not have to look a certain way. I just need to be intentional about what I'm posting and stop trying to do everything and do the things that work for me. Okay. Now, like I said, living a womb-led life as a multifaceted creative changed the game for me when it came to me creating, because now when I am starting to create, I'm not trying to force myself to create. I am allowing myself to ease into, the flow state. Like, if I'm being honest, like, I'm allowing myself to stay open. Creativity and art comes from God. We are literally the vessels. So it's not supposed to feel stressful. Like, you're not supposed to be stressed out while you're creating. You know what I mean? Like, why are you mad because you can't figure out the next line? Like, breathe, woosah. So living a womb-led life and, being a creative, it meshes well together. And you want to know why? Because creativity comes from the womb, ladies, gentlemen, they, thems. Creativity comes from the womb. So does intuition. We're not only here to give life to, humans, but your womb literally creates life in all. We are literally powerhouses, okay? Our wombs are portals. So when it comes to me creating, I am always so free in my creations, which is why I've been taking my time with my creative vlog, because I'm not trying to create fast art. I feel like with how social media has been going, everybody feels so pressured to create easy and fast things. Like, there's no whimsy in it no more. Like, I am whimsy. I'm not rushing my art. I am actually working on a collection, my first custom collection, and I'm so excited to share that with y'all. Um And I know discernment played a big part in what to share and what not to share as well when it comes to your art. Because sometimes, being a creative, you feel like you have to share everything. You have to share every release. You have to share every step. But I'm here to tell you again, you are in control. This is your world too. Nobody gets to come in and tell you what you're supposed to create. No brand, no supporters, no none of that. You are the only one in charge. Yes, you allow people in and you listen, but you also have to have discernment, because everybody that come in trying to give you tips and advice and trying to quote unquote be a mentor, sometimes they projecting stuff onto you that don't align with you. And it's not because they want you to fail. Well, sometimes people do want you to fail. Let's be real. Like, this dude, like, you got to be real. Sometimes people do want you to fail. But you got to know the difference between someone who is trying to help you and someone who is just being a critic. Because let me tell you this, there's a lot of critics in this world. You don't need nobody coming in your world trying to criticize you, criticize the way you move, criticize the way you create, criticize the way you look. Okay? Especially people that ain't doing, if they ain't even half of the person that you are becoming, if they don't have anything that inspires you, why are they even talking to you about anything that you are creating, anything that you are doing? And why are you asking them advice on things that they can't even help you with? That's just like asking one of your family members that ain't never owned a home, how do you become a homeowner? Like, what? That's like asking that one uncle or that one friend that lack financial literacy or may have a different position than you. They may be married and they get allowance on top of their job and they have more money. Their income is different. So the things that they can do is different than what you can do. Either way, you have to learn to keep some things between you and God, and also learn when it's time to reach out and ask for help. Reach out and be vocal about what you need or anything, when it comes to a team. Like, I know for me, I'm definitely going to be looking for video editors as I travel and all these different things, because having a podcast and creating content and creating my art and starting my business, like, it is all a lot, but I'm not complaining about it. You want to know why? Because I chose this life for me. I chose to live the life of my dreams rather than to continue building everybody else's dreams and putting mine on the back burner. And that is why I'm going to continue to show up, because there's more people in this world, including you watching this. Your dreams are important. I don't care if you just want to make water bottles. It's still a dream. And essentially, no matter how small your dream may feel, it is going to impact other people's life. It still matters. You matter so much. So don't focus on what everybody else is doing. Don't focus on how everybody else is making a difference in the world. How are you going to make a difference in the world? How are you going to be the change you want to see? And I know for me, that looked like me calling my power back, me catering to my inner child and healing my inner child, and me living a womb-led life on my own flow, my own cycle, versus what they taught us we had to do and what we were supposed to quote unquote dream. Okay? I appreciate you guys for watching this video and listening to me yap. I really be outdoing myself, because sometimes I be like, dang, how am I going to talk for 40 minutes? But when I allow myself to just speak, it always flow. Everything always works out for me. And I love that for me. Like, I really live a divinely guided and protected life. So I will see you guys in the next video. And before you go, I want to I want to give y'all some homework. All right. Over these next 2 or 3 days, I want you to live the life of your dreams. Like, I want you to start living the life of your dreams, whether that's waking up at a different time, whether that's going for more walks and moving your body. Create some art, y'all. Create, create, create. And when it comes to creating, nobody said you have to be going at it for hours and hours. If you only got 10 minutes in you to create, if you only feel inspired to create for 10 minutes, create for those 10 minutes. But remember, you are in control. Your life does not have to look a certain way. You are the one that is driving the car. You are the one that's steering the ship. So give yourself a break, give yourself some grace, and allow yourself to be everything that you dreamed of. Give yourself a fair chance to be everything that you know you can be, while still honoring the person that you are and honoring the past versions of you that it took for you to get to this point. All right? I love y'all so much. It's your girl Sistasoull with 2 L's. If you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure y'all go to the description in my bio and stay connected to me through all my other social media pages. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. And you matter. See y'all in the next video.